Let's do
So,
it.
okay.
We're recording. What? So
What?
what? You're gonna say something.
Nothing. Let's start. Let's
All
do
right, let's do it.
let's do it.
Playing. We have that different groove going on Laugh Lemonade Studios. You know what this means? You know what time of the day of the week it is.
You know what day it is?
It is Love Your Latin Recruiter Day.
Man, listen. Um, so we're
How you doing, Delilah?
what?
How you doing, Delilah?
I'm good, thank God. How are you,
I'm
hermano?
doing well. I'm doing well. I like this music. I
I,
can tell you, this
Go
is.
ahead, keep it going.
I could just listen to this all day long. I don't know. This moves me. Like I just need a Cuban cigar now. You don't
No,
have to be Cuban, by the way. Just for the record. I'm a huge cigar smoker,
I know this.
and Cuban cigars are overrated at best anymore. There's one brand, and they're not paying me to say this. I wish they would. There's one Cuban brand that's worth buying. It's called Trinidad.
Trinidad.
And and I've heard cigars described like this, and there's about maybe 4 cigars in my life that I've had,
Hmm.
that being number one, that are exactly what this word describes, which is sublime.
I don't
They're
know.
just
I
they're
don't.
just sublime.
I don't smoke cigarros or cigarettes or
What's
nothing
the
like that.
what's the best taco that you ever like eaten?
Okay, so I'm a little biased being originally from Chicago, and I think
Mhm.
that Chicago has the bestest tacos, which
Okay.
does make sense because they have a very,
With
very
sauerkraut.
no. That's on the hot dogs. But they have a very large Mexican population. Like it
Right.
is huge. Like they have whole neighborhoods.
Just imagine this in your brain. Everybody listening, please. I know this is a podcast, so it's easy to visualize, right?
Okay.
What my buddy just said is that Chicago, Illinois, which is central of America, North Central America,
Midwest.
but it's north. Like Midwest could be Nebraska. It's
No.
more north of Nebraska, right?
Okay, whatever. So yeah.
Right. So people like jump from Mexico to Texas or California, and then they migrate all the way up north to Chicago.
Well, we are not going to go down this path. There is a reason why they end up in Chicago. That is
Why?
not for the, well, it is, you don't know for real.
I don't listen. If I knew, I'd say it.
Everyone knows it's a sanctuary city. They know that
Oh.
it's safe. It's a very, very,
But isn't like San Francisco sanctuary city and
yeah, like, so I
Los
believe San
Angeles?
Francisco, um, I think, New York, LA,
For the
uh,
record, if I was coming from,
yeah, they're sanctuary cities. And
just,
so,
we just boogie on up to LA. But that's just me. That's just me, and I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm just
I
saying.
listen, so but Chicago has a very large Mexican population. Like it
Now, is it
is
Mexican or is it Latin?
no Mexican.
So
Like
you're
it's
really saying that the people that came over here from Mexico boogied up to Chicago because it was a sanctuary city?
they do. They end up in, a lot of them do end up in Chicago. They have family. I mean, and there's also Caribbean, Latin America, South America, but I I believe statistically wise, the number one, it's Mexico.
Really?
America. Yeah.
Is it
It's
more than Miami?
no, Miami has a lot of Cubans. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, Miami is Cuban, very much
Forgive
so.
my ignorance. I'm good with the Middle Easterns. I know who they are.
Chicago's very, but then Chicago also had like the second largest Polish, um, you know, uh, they do. They have Polish, they have a big Italian and Greek, everything. It's such a segregated city. People don't know that.
I'm
It's a
just,
very segregated city.
I, can, Joe Wilson thinks it's great that I get like nasty text messages from our listeners.
Why?
I don't know why Joe Wilson thinks it's so great. He said that's cool, dude. That just means you're. And I personally don't like to get nasty messages, and the things that my head is thinking when you said that it's the second largest, I just can't even say because I don't know what'll happen. So I'm not going to say it.
Other than Warsaw, Poland, Chicago has a huge Polish population, but it's very
But who counted?
Huh?
Who counted, the Polish people or someone else? Because you need my boys counting the Southeast Asians. We count like
yes, but if you Google that,
Southeast Asia is well represented in Chicago.
Yes, absolutely.
We have our own neighborhood.
Yes, and when I tell people that Chicago is probably if not one of these segregated cities, people look at me. I'm like, no, it really is. I understand that it is typically it is a sanctuary city. It is a blue city, right? But it's very segregated. Yeah. Still to this day.
I thought that the reason for the migration was because they came in through Canada and they slipped through the borders on Canadian borders.
No.
But anyway, so that migration causes a residual effect, which is that you get amazing tacos in Chicago.
You do. The food, because of the influx of different races, cultures, and ethnicity. Chicago, you with the music.
I mean, this is like a Chicago Sunday night. When you're out there on the street, it's middle of July.
The street in Chicago, you have your damn mind.
You're out there grooving, having some tacos in one hand, trying to recruit a loan officer in the other.
Depending where you are in Chicago, you got to be inside.
All right, well, let's get to this program. This is Laugh, Learn, and Eat Voces Latinas, if you haven't figured this out. My dear, dear, dear buddy of mine, my little sister, Dalila Ramos, is with us. I'm here, guys. We've now taken 7 minutes of your life that you'll never get back because you've listened for this long so far.
Thank you.
I am eternally grateful.
Yes, absolutely.
Me and Dalila, believe it or not, we're supposed to have a guest on the show today. And
at
the last second, he couldn't make it.
And gave us a BS excuse. Yeah.
I don't know if it's BS. Now, you're saying it's BS. I don't know him to be a BS individual.
Okay, you could say it, but I'll say it. That is some straight.
Yeah, I hear you. And it is borderline suspect.
It's suspect. Yep.
But I have to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, whatever. You could do that. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I mean, he's always been friendly with me, so why would he just blow? I mean, something must have happened, and maybe he can't tell me what really happened.
Well, ayatu, hermano. Okay, we'll move forward. So
he was Spanish speaking, and he was very interested in being on the show with you. He was looking forward to his moment of 15 minutes of fame with Dalila Ramos. Not Fobby. He didn't give a rat's ass about Fobby.
It's okay. We'll move forward. The show must go on. And what?
You recruit. Everyone knows you're a recruiter.
Yeah.
You ever get like people just like, at least look. Here's the thing. He had the decency to text me.
Yeah, I will.
You got to give him some credit for that, man.
I understand that. I get that. I appreciate that. It still doesn't.
Do you know one time
in band camp?
No, can't talk about band camp. Some crazy shit happened in band camp, by the way.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
But now you got me thinking about her. Not cool, man. Not cool. Broke my heart.
Okay. Come on, get it.
I was in West Palm Beach, Florida, in your sunny state. I had an appointment with somebody in Orlando. Mm-hmm. So I landed in West Palm Beach, did my thing in West Palm Beach, and I said, okay, I'll drive up to Orlando, we'll grab lunch, and I'll fly home from Orlando.
Okay.
Total ghost.
Yeah. Ghosting's not cool.
I mean, that's like an extreme ghost.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I can change my flight plans. I'm driving up 95 north to get to Orlando from West Palm Beach.
Yeah. And, so here's my thing as a recruiter and someone who does have an influence in the industry, right? Yes. Humbly speaking.
You're a mini influencer.
I'm a mini influencer. Thank you.
Teeny tiny.
The whole ghosting thing is just, it shows me and tells me that you just don't know how to say either no or no thank you, or just lack basic communication. Like,
Here's the thing. This is what I've tried to explain to people that I've coached on recruiting.
okay.
And this is the truth. Let's say, okay, give me the worst ghost you just heard the worst ghost that I've had.
Oh
Give
my
me
God.
a ghost experience that you had that where a candidate was like, oh yeah, D, that sounds, and then all of a sudden, boom, you can't get him back on the phone.
I mean, there's been quite a few. This isn't
Okay. Question this. Let's just get to the heart of the matter here. Ready? They call you up today, 3:48 p.m. on May 9th, 2024.
Uh-huh.
Hey, D, I was so sorry, blah, blah, blah. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. But D, I got to move now between now and the end of this month. This company's driving me crazy. Do you place them?
It depends.
On?
I have to have a conversation. Like, you have to win me back. Because
Ooh.
recruiting, and I say this all the time on my own podcasting series, right? Recruiting is like dating.
Yeah.
Recruiting is like dating. So how you treat me before how you court me before I become, your girlfriend speaks a lot.
Wow.
So I may not.
So you may not play. You might say I'm the wrong recruiter for you.
Yeah, I may.
Really?
Yes.
Guys, you got to understand what we're saying here is if you are entertaining Dalila Ramos's conversation to be placed in a company with her,
yeah,
you don't return her phone calls, and you do what we term in the industry ghost. So just in case one person out of our 2,000 listeners, we do have about 2,000 listeners nowadays, thank God. Appreciate every single one of y'all. Let's say one out of them don't understand the word ghost. Maybe we should define what the word ghost also means.
Ghost means just stop communicating. And
disappeared.
All forms.
Vanished.
Correct.
Like a ghost. They're no longer in our lives.
Correct. Yeah.
Right? And so now they reappear as a living human being again.
Yes.
And they get down on their knees. They have a bouquet of tacos for you.
Well, if you had enough tacos, well, maybe I'm at least gonna listen to what they have to say while eating the tacos. But
they're like, listen, Dalila, listen to me.
Listen, baby, please, baby, please.
Right.
It's just Fob. It is. Here's.
I know me. I don't mean to cut you off. I take it right back. I'm like, sure, no problem. Come on back.
See, I'm. Well, we both know that between us, I'm more of the harder person. I'm more of the G. I'm just hard. I'm hard. Like,
you used to be hard.
Huh?
I used to be hard, but I can't.
Yeah, I guess maybe
I've learned that it's just easier to be just not hard.
Well, it's not. I think you're just getting viejito.
What does that mean? Old? Old, is that what it means?
You're getting viejito, hermano. Okay, so here's the deal. Because
need some grandkids. That's what I need. I need some grandkids.
Yeah, you do. You really do.
Yeah.
You really do.
Maybe I should adopt some grandkids.
Yeah.
Can you adopt grandkids?
You can.
And then only hold them for 2 hours a day?
I don't know about that. That sounds like kidnapping, dude. Relax there. So back to recruiting and ghosting.
You never know what's going to happen around here, do you?
No, because here's the thing. Now that I'm on my own and I have my own company, so number one, the candidate is a reflection of me and my brand.
Okay.
So if you ghost me, chances are I'm going to assume that you ghost your clients, that you will ghost realtors, partnerships, all of that. Because if I have your back and I help place you, we're in an alignment. So if you can ghost me, chances are you're going to be ghosting other people. Yeah.
Let's ask this question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how angry do you get?
Oh, I can get like an 11, dude.
No. Like when you get ghosted.
Oh, no. When I get ghosted, I don't get like a 2, maybe. I don't get
it's not that bad.
No, I don't get angry because I rather know than not know because knowing is half the
Because
battle.
we bugged your apartment,
I
or
don't
your,
care.
you know that, right?
Yeah.
And so what happened is you were I guess got ghosted by somebody, and here's what we heard.
Lies. First of all, I have a house. I have houses. So you're
That
lying.
wasn't you.
No,
You sure?
absolutely.
Is that when they messed up your taco order?
Oh, well, maybe. Yeah. That
That's a, like 11.
that's an 11. Yeah.
All right. So you don't get too angry then.
Nah.
You don't get upset. Like me, you notice I read the text in front of you. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. He'll try again.
I don't know if I would try again, but I don't get upset. Like that's just why am I the heck am I gonna get upset over something I
Let's dive into ghost. I wish we could get guests on the show that listen, if you're listening to the show and you've ghosted recruiters before, reach out to us and let's
oh
get you on
yeah,
the show. Let's
please.
get you on the show. I think that'd be great.
Yep.
Honestly, I would love to hear why you just don't like say, hey, Fob, Delilah,
Yeah.
everything you have is really good, but I think I'm good where I'm at. Or you know what, this other company is better. Give me a better offer or something. Why
Yep.
don't you say that?
Yeah, exactly. But they don't because I think it's fear.
I had a recruiter call me yesterday, right? Because they still call, right? And I always return the phone call. And I let them know, look, I'm happy where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for thinking of me. Should anything ever change here, I would reach out to them and talk to them. But it's like I don't know why. Is that just polite?
I don't know. Like, I mean, I think, yeah, of course. Of
Right?
course it's polite. I mean, people still hit me up and will tell me, like I had a company um call me and they were like, hey, someone gave us your name and we're looking for a recruiter. And I'm like, okay, well, what are the openings or what are, I thought they were asking me because own a recruiting company.
Right.
The guy must have not done his due diligence of who I am, who they're calling. And I was like, I own my own company. Like, no, that's not.
Oh, okay.
You know?
That's an
So
awkward call.
it was a very awkward call because I guess the person that referred had to tell him, and the guy called back to apologize. And we know the company, we both know the company that he works for,
Mm.
and he had to apologize and was like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. I didn't know
Was
who
it
you
was it
were."
UWM?
No,
I'm just kidding.
no.
All right, so let's dive into the mindset of somebody
Okay.
ghosting. Says we don't really. Well, I gotta go through my. I don't know. Maybe I have ghosted some people. Like, so here's what happens. Okay, if I don't return someone's phone call, if I'm talking to you
Okay.
and I don't call you back, right? Because
Okay.
maybe I said I would or whatever. It's because I don't feel whatever you're trying to give to me is of value, and I just don't have that time slot in my life to give you a priority to make a phone call.
Well,
That's the
I
truth. That's the truth.
and that's fine, but it depends. Like again, I'm talking about in a recruiting. Like we've been talking, going back and forth, whether via phone calls, texting, and then we are somewhere moving forward, and then all of a sudden they just drop off or they just ghost. If
Mm.
it's someone who just tries to reach out and it's like the first time, I wouldn't, and you don't get a response, I wouldn't say that's ghosting. No,
No,
like
that's not good
no,
at all.
no,
Mm.
no. But you have to understand is that our industry is small and people will remember, excuse me, not forget, will remember you and how you communicate. And communication is extremely important in our industry.
Mm-hmm.
And so chances are there's another time that you guys will cross paths and it just don't do it. It's uncomfortable
What
and
about the mindset? Like I just told you my mindset, which is like, I just don't in my mind it's not a priority to call back.
well, like their mindset,
Yeah, what do you think the mindset is?
the mindset is either they're scared. It's always fear. It always boils down to
Mm.
fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of rejection. It's always
Mhm.
fear.
That's interesting. So you think fear is holding them back. So
Yeah.
rather than deal with the fear, so this is actually, now you're going down a very psychological path, because
Oh
this is
yeah.
called avoidance techniques, right? I don't know if you know that or not. It's like if you were on a diet, which I know you don't even need to be, right? But some fat ass like me, I
No,
I, I
no.
avoid taco stands, right? Because I'm going to eat a taco. So it's a fear of breaking my diet that I don't. So I avoid them. So is that the same thing we're talking about, like the avoidance?
It is avoidance, fear, rejection, all of that, because they I'm a believer in betting in yourself. I bet on myself
Yeah, you do.
every day, all day, by
Yeah.
the grace of God. And so like I I don't have fear. Like once you have that mindset, that fear tends to go away. So I'm able to take on opportunities, new ventures. I can pivot and adapt and move the way that I move because I don't have that fear.
Hmm.
When someone doesn't have that, they're constantly overthinking and they're just afraid to take that leap of faith or bet on themselves, so they only stay in their comfort zone, and then they'll never grow, they'll never accomplish anything great, they'll never reach their goals and their dreams.
It's kind
And
of sad though, isn't it? That I
of
mean,
course, absolutely.
so in rather than being upset at them, we should actually feel sorry for people who ghost us.
I still don't feel sorry for them, no.
Why not? I mean, shouldn't we have some
No,
kind
you
of,
know what? As a woman of faith, a believer of Christ, I should, but it's something that I'm working on myself. Like I am flawed, but I'm just a little bit like I'm hard and I know it, but I think it's one of the reasons why I'm able to sustain to be, sustain in this industry, and it's very male dominated industry, right?
yeah?
Like you just have to have that, you have to have it.
I just wonder though, because I really, now you made me feel like they're going through something that's actually painful.
Yeah,
But what
people
if they join another company? So they do take a chance, but they go to another company and we hear about it on LinkedIn or Facebook or something, right? So then it wasn't fear, was it?
Well, I mean, you know, it could be that it is something that they know of. So for example, you have someone who's only been in the retail space all their lives, right? Like their whole mortgage career as an originator. They've
Hmm.
only been in the retail model. And let's just say they want to step out and kind of see what the P&L model, how that works, or even dip into the broker world, right?
Hmm.
Um, but they don't know how, they don't know, they just are not fully confident in themselves to take that leap.
Hmm.
So because they only know what they know. But here's the thing, where the unknown is always gonna have you like uncomfortable. And when you're uncomfortable, you grow.
So there's a buddy of mine, actually in Florida,
Mhm.
and he always says we have to comfort the uncomforted and make the comfortable uncomfortable. So
Yeah, I don't
think
know
about
about
that.
all that, but
Think
like
about that. So if somebody is comfortable, then our job is to make them uncomfortable.
like mm,
And if somebody's uncomfortable, then our job is to make them comfortable.
well, I don't know if it's our job, because at the end of the day, they have to want that. I can give you all the information and give you all the examples, but if you don't want it, it just won't happen for you.
That's sad.
I know it is. I'm telling you. It really is. When I see people and they have this all these amazing God-given abilities and traits, and then they don't use it, it's sad. It really is sad.
Mm, mm, mm. Well, there's a lot more to discuss on this topic. And I mean, listen, if you're listening to this show and you want to come on here,
Yeah.
you want to chime in with Delilah and me about recruiting and you being on the other side of it, or maybe you're a recruiter and you want to chime in on what your experience is. We, on the traditional Laugh, Learn, and Eat, we are going to be doing a recruiting panel here sometime this summer.
Which I'm not invited to this year.
Which Delilah's been uninvited because she sucked up all the oxygen last year in the panel show. But
I did not.
Delilah, I got something for you. I need some music here. Hang on, let me get some music going because I do have a surprise for you. Not a surprise. I don't know if it's a surprise.
Okay.
Is this better type of music? No. How's this? Any good type of eating music? All right, I'm just gonna go with this. This is it. So look, I got 5 questions I'm gonna ask you about a taco.
Okay, está bien.
You gotta answer them.
Okay, so.
Right?
Okay.
What type of meat is traditionally used in tacos al pastor?
Al pastor?
Yes, ma'am.
Steak.
Huh?
Steak. Carne asada.
No, you gotta give me respond in English. Come on, man. I don't know what you're saying.
English.
What is it?
Pastor.
Tacos al pastor.
Yeah, it's steak, isn't it?
Chicken?
Steak. Don't you hear me?
Steak?
Yeah.
No, it's not steak.
What is it?
It's pork. Marinated pork.
Okay, so I was wrong. I don't eat pork. You don't eat
In
pork.
what centuries did the tacos become popular among Mexican miners?
In what century?
Yes, ma'am. I'll give you 4 options. 16th, 17th, 18th, or 19th.
18th. 17th.
It was the 19th.
Jesus.
I know. He wasn't around then either.
No, he wasn't.
Which Mexican state is renowned for its distinctive style of fish tacos, often featuring a batter-fried fish and cabbage slaw? I'll give you 4 choices.
Okay, muy bien.
Yucatan, Oaxaca, Baja California, Chiapas.
Well, you said Mexican?
Yes. Which Mexican state is renowned for its distinctive style of fish tacos?
Mexico, correct?
Huh? The state would be in Mexico. Yes, madam.
Yes, because you said Baja California. That's in California.
That could be the state name of since.
What are my options again?
Yucatan, Oaxaca, Baja California, Chiapas.
I say, what is it? Zacta?
Zacacá?
Zucaca?
Yeah. Nope. It's Baja California. That's 3 wrong so far. Ready? We got 2 more questions, man. You're not doing so good, man.
Man.
I mean, I'm down.
Okay.
What type of taco is made from stewed or slow cooked meats, often with a robust, spicy broth for dipping?
Birria tacos.
Yeah, I think you got that right. Yes, you did. That one you knew, the act of See, it's a personality test. That's what we're really doing here. All right.
Yeah.
Last question, D. Which Mexican city now, not the state.
Okay.
City, right? Difference, right? Cities are smaller, states are larger, countries are even bigger. Okay. Which Mexican city is famously associated with the creation of the taco al pastor? I'll give you 4 hints.
Okay.
Guadalajara, Mexico City, Puebla, Monterrey.
Oh. with the which pastor?
Taco al pastor.
Monterrey?
Nope. Mexico City, D. You got 1 out of 5, man.
So I don't care.
It's okay. You should still love a taco and be wrong. If loving a taco's wrong, I don't want to be right.
I don't want to be right. I listen.
That was fun. Was that fun? Did you have fun on that?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
You learned something new about tacos.
Yes, you're right. I did. It's taco trivia.
It's taco. Ooh. It's Taco Trivia Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen.
Actually, Taco Trivia Thursday.
Taco Trivia Thursday. Maybe. Do it. I have more questions, but we're out of time, dude. We're coming up on 30 minutes, and that normally rings the bell for us here. But what a show, guys. We learned about recruiting. We learned about tacos. What was the first 7 minutes that we did nothing about?
I I don't remember.
Oh, the migration of
Migration.
Mexican population
Chicago.
from Mexico to Chicago,
Yes.
being a sanctuary city that it is.
Mhm.
What an episode, man. A lot of stuff here to unpack for everybody. If you want to be on the show, reach out to me or Dalila. Let's get you on here. Let's get your opinion about ghosting. That's the word of the day, ghosting.
Ghosting.
All right, dude. We're out of here, okay?